Hi there, YouTube. So let's say you got a portable ice maker and it's model this, and it's, say, this brand right here, EdgeStar model, let's call it, let's say IP210SS, okay? So anyway, it depends on having these cold things. Let's call them the udders. The udders, looks like some cow udders. They get super cold. It's a little mini air conditioning unit. I kind of narrowed it down to this. This was super stiff to move, but then I lubricated all the points and around this with some penetrating oil. Actually, this stuff's called Duralube. Anywho, this, it looks rusty. I'm not going to say they did it on purpose, but it's kind of the crux of the whole machine, and even though I hit it with rust remover, you can still see rust, and this is where it split. So once this caused it to crack, this is a pretty high torque rotating device. Once that cracked, this goes over to the other side, and that's what switches things on and off. There's little switches, and the switches connect to this, again with that same thing, but this is much lower torque. All this does is go quarter turn to quarter turn to turn these two switches on and off. You see the idea, and that's done from this side, so that will be going, only one way it can go on is this way. So quarter turn back and forth, or is it a half turn, whatever that is. Yeah, it's a quarter turn. And that's what makes the ice. But without this motor moving this tray, because it's cracked, not gonna work. Got some really good, this stuff's just amazing. Apparently you can do this with baking soda and super glue, or ground up charcoal, or many other things. Apparently you can fire it up with super glue, and it just makes the super glue freeze up really quickly and makes it super strong. I don't think any amount of strength, at least that can go through where it has to go through and spin, any amount of beefing up on this would probably cause it to catch and not fit in well. So I ran out to my carbon fiber cloth and got one little strand of carbon fiber and Kevlar. They have this in common, no stretch at all. So I got these vice grips in case I had to limit the fiberglass from pulling. Might as well actually put them on, because probably gonna wind it tight. Not as tight as Tesla plaid motor, but I'm gonna go tight. So probably need to restrain this little bit of carbon fiber. Okay, let's make sure that was in the picture. A little stronger, don't want to split the plastic. Maybe too much. Alright. Well, the plan is I'm going to use some of the Johnny Weld, but I'm just going to, I've never actually done this repair before with carbon fiber and super glue, and then we can sprinkle some Johnny Weld on there. Oops. Maybe if it's going to fall, be ready for it to fall. No, tiny bit tighter. And this time it's gripping along the fibers. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Anyway, this could come in handy for another type of repair, but oh yeah. I got my sand catcher. Stuff just gets everywhere. It's actually microscopic little glass beads. But they must be activated something, because I tried those glass beads from the shuffleboard. It's not the same thing. Place parts together, you can apply the glue to the surface and pour the sand, or you can pour the sand and then drop glue on it. It's just insane. It hardens so hard and it is so strong and bonds and makes super glue go off in 3 seconds. So can't recommend this stuff enough. But I don't, like I said, I don't think this stuff will work with this particular repair, where this has to stay together through intense torque. And I'm not saying built-in obsolescence, but to have a motor like this where it can get all rusty and wet like that, and it's not made of stainless or something. Like I said, this was I'm pretty sure no, it spins now, but when I first tried that, it was locked up pretty good. Again, got zero lube on that. Let's see about this. Gotta make sure the metal end is gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna lay some. Try not to let it creep inside. Wind it tight, like the plaid motor. Holding this as tight as I can. See if super glue will fire off carbon. I think it. Why wouldn't it? But just in case, I'm just going to pour some on so it drips around. And fire it off with a little topping of Johnny Weld, catching the precious beads. And I thought I saw some vapor. And this is probably going to be stronger than a ring of flexible steel, because it's got steel stretches, carbon fiber, and Kevlar do not. And then a topping of Johnny Weld. And hopefully that didn't make it too small for the hole. Might have. I just filed that hole out a little bit. So we'll see about that. I think I can release the other end. And just maybe a little tiny bit more for luck. And a little weld on top. You want to be careful of carbon fiber crumbs. That'll make me itch, that's for sure. I'll lay that down with some more glue. This stuff, barely enough to make a difference, but this stuff gets in the air and make me itch for days. Think we're safe though? These strands are made up of thousands of little particles. Let's see. When you trim them short, that's when you get them everywhere. Trying to keep them in one spot. I need to file that. Locking scissors. Cut so well. Great. These are tiny splinters of carbon to get you. And you'll be itching for fun. All right, well, this I would say this is a very strong repair. And that's good because it needs to be. So always cut towards yourself, like I'm doing, and take chances with sharp blades. just like this. Okay, well. I wrapped the carbon tight, but I didn't really care if the opening was tight because it's going to have to slip into here pretty easily. No problem. A lot of play. Should have gone tighter. No, that's a lot of put. So if it can do this, I say it's as good as a metal collet. Kind of disappointed with doesn't fit just right. Let's see. Maybe we put a little glue inside. That literally little mound of sand is hardened into a rock like super instantly and secured to hard plastic. Well, if those beads of glass, hard fiberglass. Better try it before I do this. Great, it won't even go in. I'm a little ill-advised. Well, it's definitely tight now, and so tight in all ways. I mean, nice and tight. Too tight. Might have to shave that plastic a little. All right. Well, that is a strong repair. Okay, now to put this back together, and it's probably not going to work anyway. But oh yeah, I fix this crack. Otherwise, all the water leaks out of it. So double whammy. Not going to work, so I guess I could do that right now. Okay, now you can see the super glue. Super glue track that's not curing yet. Nice and wet still. Now we pour a little Johnny Weld on it. This is the plastic. This is it's the Johnny Weld. It is literally rock hard, like fiberglass that's hardened over hours. There it is. So, good demonstration of Johnny Weld. So everyone that's looking at this thinking, oh yeah, now you got Johnny Weld and super glue in contact with food grade liquids like ice, I'm going to run some 5-minute epoxy that is certified NSF over this. So I'll seal it from, here goes my bitchin' flashlight. Alright, so before I put things back together, I'm not going to bore you with it, but I'm going to cover this just because I don't know how the poisons in super glue are rated for contact with human consumption products like ice cubes, but who knows. Whatever this is made of, etc. So I'll just put a bead of 5-minute epoxy on there. It's just rock hard. Not going anywhere. So we'll be putting this back together. Not easy, definitely. That's good. That friction may be too good. I may have to Dremel the inside a bit because that's ridiculous. I got to put that back in there after I put all this together, so it's got to fit in tight, but not that tight. So just slide right in. And yeah, this is where the water goes. So that had to be sealed. And I say that's not going anywhere. All right then. Sorry about the 24-minute video. You can always fast forward. He tells them at the end.